Good morning all. It is a nice morning. It's lovely to be going to work in the daylight for a change. Massive game tonight away at the new camp, the newly renovated new camp. We're unbeaten in 12 games, new camp for Barcelona, but there we go. What are realistically our chances tonight? What's the starting 11 going to be? What are the tactics going to be? How important is this game? They're the main questions I'm going to focus on. Not going to be my longest video, just some thoughts to get off my chest and try and get rid of some of this excitement, because it's what, 15 and a bit hours to kick off? No, 13 and a bit hours to kick off. There's some significant time, so I need to get rid of some of this before it takes over my day. What are our chances? Looking at it pragmatically, I would say probably, if you're being critical, if you're being honest and thinking with the head and not the heart, you're probably looking at about 65 to 35 in Barca's favour. Some would say more. I've had debates with people in comment sections of YouTube videos. Never a good thing to do. Why stoop to that level? Who have said that Newcastle are arrogant for even harbouring the notion of hope, for even thinking they might have a chance of going through in this tie. Oh, the arrogance. So it's not arrogance, it's fact. It is absolute fact. And the result of the weekend only served to increase that fact, to justify that fact. You know, Newcastle they gave Barcelona a hell of a game in match day 1 of the Champions League. Barcelona, on reflection, in terms of how much they controlled the game, probably deserved to win that game. However, their 2 goals came from moments of magic and mistake. That Rashford header, Fabian Schär probably still thinks about now. And Rashford's second goal, wow. One of the best strikes you'll ever see. PSG away from home. The European champions, who have just dismantled Chelsea 8 goals to 2 over 2 legs. We got a 1-1 draw against them. We're unlucky not to win that game. At Paris. Chelsea, we've just beaten away from home 1-0. Man United, in red hot form, we've beaten. We've had some cracking one-off game results this season. We've had some disappointments as well. But I feel like in these games, in these big games, we are due a little bit of the rub of the green, a little bit of luck. And I'm not saying referee controversy. I'm not saying something freakish or unjust. I'm just saying a little bit of something. Starting 11. So to quickly recap, I would say, what are our chances? Very fucking good. It's a one-off game now. Oh my god, diesel is now £1.80. Petrol £1.50. Jesus Christ. We got nothing to lose and everything to gain. In my view, all the pressure is going to be on Barcelona in front of their home fans. The 60-odd thousand fans that they've been scrambling to try and fit into the stadium in time for this game. All the pressure's on them. They're the big dogs. They've won the Champions League, 5 times or something? 4 times, 5 times, I forget off the top of my head. We've never won it. They expect to be in these situations every season consistently. We're on a journey. So the pressure's on them. So why not? Like I said, we got nothing to lose, everything to gain. I believe we can do it. I'm convinced we can get a result over there. It won't be pretty. It won't be toe-to-toe with Barcelona. It'll be pragmatic. It'll be tactical. But who cares at the end of the day? the only statistic that really matters is the scoreboard, isn't it? Who's going to play? Right, so in my view, we either go a 5-3-2/5-4-1 probably, or we stick with the 4-3-3. If we go with the 4-3-3, in my opinion, it's going to be difficult to deviate from that back four that played against Chelsea. As much as I love Dan Burn, and I really do, that back four, which is our on paper best back four, that's the first time they've ever played together. Botman, Chiao, Hall and Livramento. I think that's the way forward. That's only the second or third time Hall and Livramento have played at the same time because of injury. They were excellent. I think if you go with the 4-3-3, it's Ramsdale, Hall, Botman, Chiao, Livramento, Tonali, Joelinton, Ramsey, Harvey Barnes, Anthony Gordon, and the raw pace factor would suggest Anthony Elanga. That's what I think you go for with the 4-3-3. I think the Barcelona high line is there to be exploited, and I just think the raw pace of Elanga, I mean, Harvey Barnes isn't the quickest, but he's always a threat. Anthony Gordon's rapid. The raw pace of those two is going to keep Barcelona thinking, keep them on the back foot, keep them not necessarily on the back foot in terms of possession, but it's going to make them perhaps doubt themselves. Oh, do I play that risky pass? Because if they get it, they're on the counter-attack and I'm way out of position. That sort of thing. If it's a 5 at the back, I think you just copy and paste that back four and stick Dan Burn in there. Probably have Botman right in the centre, Dan Burn in between him and Lewis Hall. The three in the midfield remain the same, and I think you go Elanga and Gordon up top. I know Elanga's not a striker, but it's that raw pace, it's that defend for your lives, and then Tonali or Jacob Ramsey or Lewis Hall plays a lovely ball over the top, and you've got Elanga and Gordon herring after it. I think last season were they the two quickest players in the Premier League? Something like that. That's my lineup prediction. But we shall see. I think it'll probably be as Chelsea. We go with the 4-3-3. Get what we can from the game. Then as in the dying embers, the last 15-20 minutes, it's going to be domination, absolute possession domination. Concentration is required. We're going to have to substitute defenders because of the concentration factor, or we stick Dan Burn in the defence alongside Botman and Chiao and just do what we did against Chelsea. I think Kieran Trippier will have a part to play in this game as well. His experience, his leadership, his concentration. He's been at this ground before. I believe, I might be wrong, I believe he's the only player who would have played Barcelona at the Nou Camp before. I think he's played there. He's at Atletico Madrid for 2 years, so at least twice, maybe more. The Copa del Rey and stuff like that. Super Cups, etc. Who knows? How important is this game? It's vital, isn't it? If we lose tonight, there's no shame in being beaten by Barcelona. They are a European giant, a super club. And it does represent the journey we're on. And when we first took over, I was saying to my mates, I hope it's not like Man City. I hope it's not like Chelsea. I don't want to just go out and buy Neymar and Mbappe and other names like that. You don't want to buy your way to success because it means nothing. If you don't have to struggle and work and graft for something and it's just given, or you just pay, it means nothing. There's no sentimental value, there's no emotion there. And we have gone on an organic journey, you know, step by step. Stay in the Premier League, get to a cup final, lose, qualify for Europe. Next season, Champions League, didn't do great. Had some great moments, but we didn't get through to the group stage. didn't finish in a European place. Managing transfers, managing expectations. Season after that, we get into the Champions League by the skin of our teeth and go through a rocky patch up again. Another cup final, win the cup final. Unbelievable scenes. And then this season's been the funniest season of the lot. Like, weird. So it is massive, but I think if we lose, it's not going to be the end of the world. But if we win, whoo, we go on a rocket ship to the moon. Last 8, possibly, but it will be, more than likely be Atletico Madrid. Some massive results last night. Arsenal were through against Leverkusen. Chelsea got smashed to bits by PSG. Man City dominated by Real Madrid 5-1 over 2 legs. Bit of a surprise. Bodo Glimt 3-0 up in the first leg. Lost 5-0 away to Sporting Lisbon. Lisbon are through. A shame for Bodo Glimt. Real shame. But there we go. Who else? I think that's all I saw last night. We can do this. It's possible. It's improbable. The odds are not in our favour. Away to Barcelona. Barcelona should feel as if they have a point to prove, but the confidence of some of their journalists would suggest that they don't. They know they're better than us. They know they're superior, and nature will take its course. But we shall see. Players who are going to be key on a night where fine margins will dictate so much. Aaron Ramsdale's a key player. Any goalkeeping error could screw us. Lewis Hall up against Lamine Yamal. Yes. Repeat performance of last Tuesday, please, Lewis. In fact, every player on that pitch for Newcastle United is going to be key. It is such a massive night in such a massive stadium in terms of prestige. The club has the chance to go into uncharted territory for Newcastle. All right, we already are, but to go into the quarter-final, we got to the last 16 via playoff. We still got there. We had to work more than some of the teams in the last 16 to get there. But it felt a little bit like, whereas to beat Barcelona and to have to beat them at the Nou Camp to go through to the quarterfinals, to be one of the last 8 teams in the competition, would be absolutely massive. I think that the wave of positivity from 0 to 100 is bigger if we win than the wave of negativity from 0 to 100. That number is bigger. I hope you understand what I mean. I know what I mean. Anyway, can't wait for the game later. Got a full day at work today. Hopefully it goes like that. Get home, have a tidy up, get the kids to bed, watch the Toon. Anyway, thanks for watching. Cheers.